What is up, Knight? So welcome to another little episode of Thought Factory, where we watch a thing on Inside Star Citizen and we give you our opinions and our thoughts on it. And, you just watch with me. So, again, I want to do one of these live one day. But anyways, if you guys want to discuss anything, we have a Discord, so just join that below. Should be in a link. But anyways, let's get to this. Let's see what's going on here.
With the game as it is right now, loading cargo is a very simplistic mechanic. You go to a terminal, you click buy, bam, it pops up on your ship. But that is changing in the near future, where it is going to become an actual physical loading process. So having externally mounted cargo...
So let me stop. So, I like that. I like to physically load my own cargo. However, there are some people, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink of Dr. Pepper. There are some people who like the simplicity of going to a terminal, loading your ship. I don't think that's what Star Citizen's about, though. A lot of people want things quick nowadays, and Star Citizen, it's a game. You get on it to play, and one of the little aspects to playing is loading your cargo. If you want to load it, you can load it yourself, maybe get it done quicker, or as far as I know, you can hire an NPC crew to load your ship for you, but it's going to take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long to load your cargo. But I think it would be cool to, load your cargo, and I would be the type of person I'd stack all my boxes nice and neat on there. That's just how I am. But let's go ahead and get back to it.
Cargo, but the whole series will be a big benefit for players.
Love that ship, by the way. Love it.
The Mythic Hull series is a lineup of ships at pure...
Maybe one day, I can do a ship giveaway and do like a whole series or something. That would be cool.
Purely designed to carry cargo from point A to B. And the lineup consists of 5 ships, the Hull A being the smallest and the Hull E being the largest. As you progress up the sizes, you move into larger quantities, going longer distances. And then you use the smaller ships in the series to do the short range of long distance cargo hauling. The Hull A is the entry into both the Hull series and the sort of dedicated cargo hauling profession.
Now, sorry, I do pause it from time to time. So the whole series, most of the whole series are station to station. It's probably going to load up at one station. Okay, and it's going to take the cargo to another station. All right, it's from what I understand, like the bigger Hull series ships will not be able to land while fully loaded onto a planet. Now, I'm not sure if that'll change or not, but as far as I know, the bigger Hull series will take a lot of cargo from one station to another station, basically supplying it. So yeah, that's basically how that's going to work. And from what I understand, so when it arrives at the station, so you won't, as far as I know, you won't physically have to load one of the whole series. Like maybe the smaller ones you may have to, but the bigger ones, I think drones. So the space station will send out drones. The drones will go, they'll pick up your cargo, or they'll take the cargo off your ship, and that's how that'll work. So I'm pretty sure I understood that correct.
It is designed for getting cargo on and off the ship as quick as possible. So all the cargo is external. It is the best size to amount of cargo ship in the game for new players wanting to get into it. And it is really a one person, you and your cargo ship. It has flexibility that some of the larger hull series ships don't have, such as the fact it can be fully loaded and land planet-side or in hangars or in pads with all that cargo.
So some of them can, some of them
You've got
can't.
everything on board for you to live out in the verse and deliver your cargo. You have a very traditional MISC cockpit layout. You have a big dashboard surrounding you with all your buttons, switches, and controls. Not quite as restrictive view as the Freelancer, but it is very much styled in the same influence as a lot of the MISC ships. Moving back, you then have the hybrid component airlock room, where the bulk of the components are, as well as the entry into the ship, which is a side ladder. When that door opens for access from the ground of both EVA, that room is sealed so it doesn't vent to anyone.
What I want to know is what if your ladders break down? Like, what if the mechanics that put your... Are they going to go to that much detail, you know? Is there like a manual? So, like, let's say I go to do I've been in the combat and you know, my door near the ladder has taken some hits. Is it going to jam up? Is it going to keep me from getting out of my ship? I think that every ship needs at least two ways out. A simplistic way and maybe a mechanical way. But you know, I don't think they're thinking that deep into it. So maybe you know, there's like a mechanical thing, or not a mechanical, but a manual, a lever or something that you could do that, you know, pushes that out, or whatnot. You know, I'm not sure. Tell me your thoughts on it in the comments below.
One in the bridge or anyone in the living quarters, which is the room immediately behind that. There you have your bed, you have your basic food making facilities.
I can't wait till we're able to store food.
You have a small bathroom area which has the classic toilet shower combo and sink. The Hull A is releasing before the cargo refactor comes out, so it's still going to function as a cargo ship, but a lot of its benefits will be unlocked over time as the cargo refactor comes in and is iterated upon, and it will just get a much stronger and stronger choice of cargo ship. People have been wanting the whole series in-game for a long time, and with the release of the A, that's a reality now. It's been great to get this out there, and it's helped us prove out some of the issues that have prevented the whole season from coming out.
I've always wondered how that would work, but I see obviously they have space here where it can fold up and come through here, so I really like that.
Looking forward to seeing everyone playing with the Hull A and getting ready for the Hull C.
The Hull A is making its small but impactful debut in the upcoming Alpha 317, and will continue to grow into its intended role in the persisting universe as the cargo refactor comes online and continues to iterate in subsequent patches. And up next, it's time for a special locations-based sprint report, so let's get to it. Let's start things off this week with a look at current progress on cloudscaping for planet Hurston. What you're seeing here are the results of recent explorations in taking the pipeline you've seen demonstrated before completely out of Substance Designer and into Houdini entirely, potentially allowing for an increase in simulation data and better shaping than we had previously.
That's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. The problem is performance hit. These clouds, absolutely. I've got a 1080 Ti, and my 1080 Ti does not like these clouds. I'm hoping that they can optimize them to where we're not taking such a performance hit. So, you know, I'm kind of worried about that. But yeah, let's get back to this.
Now, at this point, it's still too early to say if these will make it into Alpha 317 or require another quarter to bake, as it were. But as with all things Star Citizen, this refinement of existing process will yield better and faster results once it's all properly dialed in and approved. And while we're on Hurston, let's take a quick look around Maria Pure of Heart, the hospital coming to Lorville in the upcoming Alpha 317.
I love that.
Of all the hospitals we've seen so far, this one may be my favorite, combining the severe architecture and attitudes of Hurston with the benevolent purpose and ideology of a hospital is yielding a truly unique visual experience, and I'm here for it. Moving higher up and much farther out, let's check in with some Pyro system, let's call it Spacebox for lack of a better term, development. Now this potential background for all adventures in Pyro is coming along nicely, with pipeline improvements yielding stars in subtly different shapes and hues, and cloud formations designed to hook in and support those you'll actually be flying through. And it all makes for a nice contrast with this planet and its blue atmosphere beautiful. You can see here.
That's beautiful.
And then down on the planets, when the exposure changes at night or at sunset or whatnot, you can see the hues and forms change appropriately, which is super cool.
That blows me away right there.
Beyond that, the team is also creating some large-scale space points of interest in the Pyro system. Things that can act like checkpoints, as it were, before you enter certain gas pockets approaching outlaw stations. Now, like White Box Phase, this is early days, just blocking out shapes. And before anybody freaks out, the Bengal you see here is just to show the proper scale read. As these continue to develop, they'll get things like final geometry and lights to flesh out the experience further, but it's already shaping up to be a dramatically different experience than traveling through the Stanton system. And while we're in Pyro, let's take a look at the Yucca Brevifolia, our outer space version of the Joshua Tree. Now, you might be saying to yourself, it's just a tree. Well, yeah, but I thought it looked really cool, so you have to look at it for a bit. It's my show, and I really like the dry bark in the trunk there. And back up in space, the props team is continuing their work building a whole new array of run-down, beat-up, customized, and unique items for the Pyro system to help sell a very different experience for life in outlaw space. Just really cool stuff. And I want to shout out Joseph, Lewis, Thomas, Dan, Stefane, Sophie, and the rest of the team for some exceptional work making things
not very nice, very detailed.
Good. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. And look at these trash piles. Disgusting. And awesome. And disgusting. Of course, some of these outlaw stations will have run-down space clinks aboard, so the team at Montreal have been beating those up a bit. And I'm going to take this opportunity to remind some folks that not all outlaws are filthy, disgusting slobs. Just the ones that hang around in Pyro. You fancy outlaws out there with your pinkies out while drinking Radagast from a teacup may want to make your homes in another system. Finally, let's take another look at the continuing development of colonialism outposts, including these new liquid storage tanks.
That's cool.
Some new light fixtures.
Yeah, I like that.
Wells,
huh?
and new garden modules.
This kind of stuff I like right here. I'm hoping that they have survival.
Then from one outpost type to another look at white box explorations of derelict outposts. Now, like all white box phases, it's an important step in identifying which areas are likely to become traversal nightmares and may want to be adjusted for gameplay reasons before we move on to final art. But overall, these derelict outposts are another opportunity for stories and missions to be told across Pyro's planets and moons.
It's going to be beautiful.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that the Hull A is ready to make its mark on the persistent universe, that the cloud tech pipeline continues to be refined and updated as we saw in Hurston, and that Pyro continues to shape up to be an experience unlike any currently available in the Stanton system. Now, don't forget that Stella Fortuna is just around the corner. Keep an eye out on the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website for details. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me again in the episode of Thought Factory. A lot of that stuff, especially the base building, I'm so looking forward to that. That's going to be one of my favorite things to do. Hopefully, our org can find some pretty good mining areas or whatnot to make our bases. But anyways, you guys have a good one. And again, if you want to chat with us, come join us in our Discord. The link's below. Stay safe, Knights.